Welcome to another episode of Watch Me Do Family History with Chris Knudsen. We are using these videos to help new family history consultants learn how to better help members of their ward. Today I'm going to continue helping a member of my ward named Ryan, and we are going to learn a little bit about duplicates and also continuing to try to reserve names for the temple for Ryan. Let's get started. So I'm going to sign into my account, and I'm going to go to the Help button up here and move to the Helper Resources. And under Added or Accepted, I'm going to scroll down and find Ryan so that we can work on his tree. And I'm going to click on the Family Search button here at the top, taking me to Ryan's login page. And I'm going to scroll down to To-Do List. This is where I record where we left off last time, helping Ella Mae Squires. So right here it says click the link below to help Ella Mae Squires, and then I pasted the web page where we last were working. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to triple click. I'm going to right click and copy. Then I'm going to go open a new tab and paste that address here in the new tab and hit enter. So this is where we last left off. We were helping learn more information about Ella Mae Squires, and we noticed that there was a possible duplicate. So let's see if we can figure out if this is a real duplicate, or where the two ladies are the same person, or if they're two separate people. Just to learn a little bit, all we have is that her birth is Crown Point, New York, and as we no death date. We have her husband as George H. Monroe, and we have their son Lawrence Monroe, who is related to a relative of Ryan. So let's go ahead and check out this possible duplicate. So we're going to click here and review merge. So the Ella Mae Squires that we were working with is here on the left, and the new Ella M Squires is here on the right with dates. So that's much better than what we had. So let's kind of scroll down and take a look. Crown Point, New York. This is New York. Death date, Saratoga, New York. Residence in 1865, Saratoga, New York. 1970 New York Census. 1880, 1870, 1875, 1880, 1900, 1905, 1920. 1925, 1930. So a lot of census records for this person. Let's go ahead and open her up and take a better look. So we're going to leave this tab here, and I'm going to right click on Ella M Squires and open this link in a new tab. So up at the top we have Ella Mae Squires on the left, our merge page here in this tab, and then the new Ella M Squires here on the right. So I'm going to click on that. And of course it shows a possible duplicate and a possible death record here for Ella M Squires. So what we're looking for is her husband and children. So we have no husband listed and no children listed, just parents. Why would there be no husband listed? So let's look a little more detailed here. If we go back to the old Ella Mae Squires, this is the one we made, we have birth as New York. If we scroll down, we have George Monroe. Lawrence was born in 1905. And we know Lawrence's birthplace was Massachusetts. So he was born in 1905 in Massachusetts. So if we go back over to this other Ella M. Squires, and she had a 1905 census. Let's go ahead and look at that. 1905, New York State census. She's living with her parents, and it looks like she's single. Chances are this is a different Ella M. Squires. Let's see where she was in 1900. And she is single, not married. And 1920, still single and 54, living with her sister in Half Moon, Saratoga, New York. Okay, so we have confirmed this is not a true duplicate. So we are safe to say that these two people are completely different people. So I'm going to close this tab. Actually, before we close this tab, just for fun, is Ryan related to this person? No. Okay, so we're going to close that tab. We're on the Merge Persons tab. I'm going to scroll down here and say not a match. Reason, Ella both Ellas were living in two different places in 1905. One of them stayed single into her 50s, and the other was married with children by 1905. Not a match. Okay. So let's see what else we can learn about Ella May Squires. Here is the birth record for Lawrence Henry Monroe. Let's go ahead and attach that. And attach. Next, looks like more birth records. George Alonzo Monroe. You know what though? This is getting into families that we're not related to. So this will help us further identify who Lawrence is. So we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of it, but we don't want to get too buried into the details for people that Ryan is not related to. So this person was born in 1908. So now what we want to do is we want to try to find the 1910 census with all of these people. So let's go ahead and scroll down here. We're going to hit refresh. So now we have this couple, and we have two of their sons. And we're going to click on Lawrence Monroe, and let's see if we can find him in the 1910 census with his brother and his parents. So let's look at all these record hints first. So we have birth records, marriage records, birth records, death record, Social Security death index. So I'm looking for a census record. So no census record here. We'll go ahead and go back to Lawrence detail page. And I'm going to search on Ancestry. have Lawrence Henry Moreau's birth record. Let's click on that because we know that's true. And then we have the 1940 census. Are there any other census records? Here we are. Munson instead of Monroe. 1910 census, Berkshire, Massachusetts. George and Ella. Wow. No wonder Family Search couldn't find it. A lot of times Ancestry will make larger leaps than Family Search. Plus somebody went in here and added this change. Somebody obviously thought that the record was misread when it was indexed. So you have George Monroe, Ella May Monroe, George Monroe, Ella May, and they're living in the right county, Berkshire. And it has George, Ella, Lawrence, Margaret, and George. So we have Lawrence and a sister and George, George Alonzo Monroe, who's 2 years old in the 1910 census. So all of these details prove that this is the correct family. So now we just need to find them in the Family Search record. And maybe it's under Munson. So we'll go ahead and go to Family Search. It's always easier to attach lots of records to lots of people using Family Search. Munson. George, Ella, Margaret, and George. This is the record. So we'll attach this record, which will give us the birth dates for his parents. So here we're going to add the residence, click attach for Lawrence. We're going to add the residence for George. Now, birth 1882, Massachusetts. Because there's already something entered into this, we're going to have to manually add that. So I'm going to click on George and hit 1882, Massachusetts. Birth 1882, and we're going to add Stockbridge, Berkshire, Massachusetts. Good. Let's go back to that source. So we're going to add his residence. Ella May, when was she born? 1886, New York. So let's go to her. I'm actually going to right click so I don't lose that page. Her birth is 1886. So we're going to go down here, click edit, 1886. Crown Point, Essex, New York. So now we've fixed that. And now let's go back to the record and continue adding. And for fun, we'll just go ahead and add the sister as well. Oh, I forgot. We need to change her name to Monroe. That's going to confuse the issue if we don't do that. She got added as a Munson. So we're going to click on her and change her last name to Monroe, so we don't confuse people in the future. Trying to figure out why they have a daughter with a different last name. And we are done with that. Next. So originally we were working with Martha E. Green. We know that they had children in 1940. We know that Lawrence has parents. We're going to go ahead and reserve Martha. So with Martha, we'll go up here to the ordinances, and we're going to hit request. And Ryan has already read this, so we're going to click that. And we're going to go back to details and scroll down to her husband, Lawrence. And we have Lawrence's birth, death, parents, siblings. There's a child that we could add, but it's too young. So we're going to go ahead. So we are ready to add him as well. And request. Okay. We're going to go ahead and stop there. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked this video, click the like button. And feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Watch Me Do Family History, by clicking the subscribe button below as well. That way you can see all the other family history videos that you can watch. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.